Hello, the game has started and it's my opponent to go first. I'll just say hello and I have a few duplicates to consider here. Opponent plays croak, a pity I don't have an R for croakier. That would have scored pretty nicely. Fetid. Fetid is good. Doesn't seem to play. Now I'm looking at the A. Diafade, so maybe a play through the A would be suitable. Diafade. So maybe Daif. I'm not seeing a great play through or onto the K. So I'm going to go with Daif 23, decent rack leave. Okay, this isn't bad. Doughties. And what else? Looking at the C. Maybe a word ending in IC. Opponent has exchanged Doughties and Daifs. I don't know if Daif takes an S, but Odd takes an S. So I do have Doughties here, but is there something from the C? Not seeing it. Doughties for 68. Not a bad pickup. I have Relievo making the blank an L. And I probably have a few other bingos. So Relievo doesn't currently play. Daif takes a Y for future reference. Odds takes an O, I think. So a play of from under the E maybe could be an option. Now, is there a bingo through the D or the A? I doubt the U will be of much use. Ivories. Daif, still not sure if that takes an S. Now, Ivoried is good, I think. But what front hooks for Ivoried? So Relievo. Relievo doesn't play, unfortunately. What about a V play? IVE play would have to be the pattern. or OVE. Okay, that's a shame that's not working. Now, I was thinking of IOUS words. No, not seeing it. Dave. Let's see if Dave takes an S. No, didn't think so. Now, is there a bingo with the blank as a Y? Don't think so. This is tricky. Very. Oh, not very. Over. I think I'm just going to play over. And hopefully I won't draw an I. I don't draw an I, but I draw duplicate T. Now, there are a few words ending in tricks. So, for example, is it editrix? Editrix, no, it's something like that. I have the try prefix. Pox is good and ticks is good, so that would be a nice little X dump. And it's still available. Opponent does bingo, which is not ideal, but the A, does the A help? Anti-tricks, no. Axe, tax. Now, what about itic words? Zerantic. Almost. Extrate. Not quite. I'll go with ticks. I think it's a decent score. That's 44. Now, what about this play here? Thorium. Making the blank an O. That's an element. Thorium. No, not seeing a place for thorium. Actually, there is a spot. Odzo thorium. That scores quite nicely as well. 83. Well, let me have a look. Opponent's bingoing. Back-to-back bingos. Now, what about a miss word? What about mistruth? Yeah, that's 167, so that was a nice one. This is what I'm rewarded with. So at least I've got a little bit of a lead now. I can exchange without losing too much momentum. What about something through the A? Vang. Rackleaf is still too poor. Opponent scores well with Fey. I don't think I'm going to struggle through this rack with a face value play through an A. No, I'm getting rid of these. And I don't think there's anything I'll keep, to be honest. Absolutely nothing. Hopefully I'll draw the Z. I do, I draw the Z, which was the best of the remaining tiles since the blanks had both gone. Now, let me see which Z words come to mind. Wow, it's not a fantastic board for the Z, if the truth be told. I can hang on to the Z. I mean, I've got years, but 25 with that rack leave, hardly worth doing. Looking at UT words, Utu. No, not a fan of that. IN words. In size, if I had another I. Zulu through a U. Res. Oh, it's just so poor, the two U's. What about an INC word? Ink. No, not seeing it. Odzo. I don't have an O anymore. What about just Tor? 9 points. Cuz. I wonder if Cuz plays anywhere. Nazi here. Look at the rack leave though. 45. A little bit dangerous, but 45 points. I'm going with it. Okay, I draw the Q and the U, but the rest of the rack absolutely awful. I can't even play through this E. That's how inflexible the rack is. With the Q, that is. Phone and bingos. So I'm not in good shape. Amazing having a 9 timer and then it all just goes to pot. Quads. Still very bingo-y tiles left. Opponents had 3 bingos. Taylor's, Seaward, and Raison. Do I have a Z play? 5 letters? Not that I can see. I'd love to get rid of this V. Vellum onto an M. No M. Clune is good, I think. Just not seeing any decent scoring spots. Kate. Poxy is good. There's still a Y to come. It's quite a hot spot, that. So what about a play down from the N? Incule. In maybe an... Okay, opponent scores well with Yao. I have Fawn and maybe just NE. No, that's crazy. Opponents, there's no S to come, so my time's also running quite low. Tech, that's weak. Gee, this is... Ulcer, maybe ulcer. Gee, the rack leaf is... Culvert. Culvert, not culver. Culver. Culver, yeah. Culver and culvert are good. Impone is good. So hopefully this spot remains available for 39. But do I have a bingo? I don't think so. I've got the M here for Moy. And Moyne. He goes there. Impone looks like the play. Hopefully opponent can't bingo. 39 points. I have Taj and Haji would possibly play as well somewhere. Tab takes the S. Now J gold tone. Okay, opponent bingos. And he'll go out with leg for sure, so maybe Impone was the wrong play. Anyway. I don't know what I should have done there, but So I'm just trying to find a Hudge play here, and I can't quite see it. H-A-J, Hodge is no good, so I'll just find a Hudge plug. If I can get the J to play here, then I can't see anything through there. Gel, Helge, hedge, hijab onto a B, but there's no B. Jin. Haji, probably my best move for 36. Not enough though. G for 514. Opponent will win because he'll play something like gel or gel through this L. 4, 5, 6, 7, 14. Yeah, he wins for sure. So I don't think Gule. Okay, he plays Gule and he still wins by 2. A high scoring game. Let's see what we missed. Wow, I'll just thank my opponent for the game. So let's see how far off we were. So Croak for 32 was best for opponent. Now Dave for 23 seems fine, but Diff for 20 with a better rack leave is, not much in it though. So that's alright. Now exchange for opponent, and Doughty's for 68 was the only playable bingo. And then Croakia opponent had for 47. Or Croakers, he had both. He went with Pitt for 17 with a good rack leave. And then Ivory's for, Spit, of course. That makes me want to spit. That was a silly oversight after spotting the word a number of times and just looking at Dave. So it just shows you how fatigue can sometimes just, make you miss the really obvious plays. Anyway, I went with over, and then opponent had a dream rack. Alliterates through ATE, that's quite nice. Retaliates through the same set of 3, and then tailors for 67. I had ticks for 44, but XI, where was that? 13C. Divi and XI, not bad. That's very similar equities though. I prefer the rack leave of IRT blank. And then Seawood for 83 comes down. Now Mistruth for 167, that was best. 9-timer there. Faye for 45 was a very strong play there by opponent. Now I've got this horror show of a rack, and exchange seems best. Ebb for 34 was best from this rack, opponent getting rid of some rubbish. And then I've got a little bit of a junky rack here. Now Nays was best for 45, but I was trying to find another play, and as you can see, NU for 22 is 23 points less. I was unlucky, I think, for opponent to bingo onto the E, but that's the way it goes sometime. Nonaries for 77 or raison. Nonaries. So he goes with raison. Quads for 35 was best from this shocking rack. And I I went with quads. A Yao for 48. Strong score. Almost a bingo score, almost. And now I've still got a terrible rack. Culver was best for 22. No surprise. And then Goo for 21. Ghoul for 22. So opponent gets the top score there. Now I'm looking at the scores. I've got a slight lead of 15 points. Playing a bingo here, playing impone here really gives useful floaters to opponent. So what would the best, most winning play be, I suppose? I don't know. It's hard to say. Kino only takes an S. Maybe Mine. Minae. Did that feature? Oh, it does. Look, 27. I think that's more of a winning play. Mine. 27 would give me 466. That's a 42-point lead on a fairly closed board. Yeah, I looked at impone and I thought, wow, that's a good score. But it just shows you the bingo is not always... the highest scoring play is not always the most winning play. So that was a bit of a mistake. Gold tone comes down, the one and only bingo, and opponent's definitely not bingoing with this lot had I not played impone. So I think, yeah, Mine would have been far better. And then highest score was Haji for 36. So I don't think I could have won after playing impone. The game was lost. Wow. Mine. Yeah, that would have been the winning play because I would have 3 instead of 5 tiles, so opponent might have drawn the J. Hard to say. Anyway, Haji comes down and then Ghoul, but Gel would have... Oh, actually is Gel... Kiev jumped. Yeah, I don't know about GE. Anyway, that was the end of the game. Hope you enjoyed watching that game, and I will see you next time.